All right, so this is the nurse practitioner, and look how she's hitting me. Look at it. Check her out. Check it out. Call the police, and they're going to see what you just did. Call the police. She already called the police on me once because I called her a weirdo.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you today? I hope that your day is going fine. If not, I hope tomorrow gets better. Thank you all for just being in the comment section, giving interaction. You just don't know how good it make a person feel that's trying to create content to have engagement. It means so much. Thank you all for sharing your beautiful thoughts. And hey, listen, I just truly appreciate it. Now, today, I've heard of the terminology of a Karen. But today I want to say this is a super Karen. Let's get into the video.
What were you thinking about when you got pregnant, that you were not going to work? I'm just curious because, like, I've had 3 kids. I worked up until the second they were born.
But am I you? Are you me? Do you know how I feel? Do you know how my body feels?
That's why I'm asking. I'm interested to know what you think. I want to know your mindset. So when you got pregnant, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking about having a kid. I'm confused on where you're going at.
I'm confused too because you came in here and I did an assessment and I gave you my best medical advice. And you didn't like that.
But I said that I just wanted a note so I could take it easy these next 2 months. I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm in pain. It's not fraud. If it was fraud, the doctor wouldn't be getting me my note right now.
Really?
Yes.
What I read on your chart isn't true.
Okay.
So I
What's
know
on my chart that's not true?
I read on your chart what isn't true because I'm the person who saw you and did the exam.
Okay.
So it's okay.
But how do you know how I feel? How do you know how my body feels inside?
Because I stuck my hand in there and checked your cervix.
Okay, you checked my cervix, but how you know how my bones feel? How you know how my body feels, my legs, my back? How do you know how that feels? How you know how my nausea feels? How you know how my cramps feel? By touch, and you're okay. All right, so this is the nurse practitioner, and look how she's hitting me. Look at it. Check her out. Check it out. Call the police, and they're going to see what you just did. Call the police. She already called the police on me once because I called her a weirdo. Yes, look at this lady is crazy. Call the cops again. Call them.
It's okay.
Call them. I got you on video hitting me with that thing in your hand.
This
is the Philly Pregnancy Center, guys.
Yeah. Okay, Jillian.
That's crazy. It's a lot to unpack here. Now, at first glance, when you look at this video, you could say, oh, this lady is just crazy. She's just a Karen. But then you got to go back and dissect the small stuff. Now, I do call her a super Karen. The reason I call her a super Karen is because she actually put her hands on a patient. That's a super Karen. So whatever else I'm going to say, it don't exceed the fact that she is a super Karen. You don't put your hands on people. Hey, it goes back to the video that I was talking about everybody being recorded. Everybody is recorded everywhere. Not in doctor's offices because of HIPAA. And if you guys don't know what HIPAA is, you need to do a little bit of research. But I'm going to say it's some stuff that needed to be broke down. It's a history between these two people. Now, I don't think that the history is good. I think that there may be some bad blood there. I think that there may be some offenses on both sides. I don't know what it is, but if you listen to the conversation, it tells you that. But I don't think that it's fair for one person to talk about how they did something and how they dealt with it and expect the second person to do the same thing that they did, because no one's pain tolerance. Because if you listen, the nurse said, I worked up till the time that my kids were born. I had 3 kids. That's what prompted the patient to say, how do you know how my bones feel? How do you know how my body felt? And that's the thing where when people go into doctors' offices and they make these false claims and they're lying about stuff just to get off, it make it bad for the people who really in pain. But I still don't think that it's a nurse's job to say, well, I did this, why can't you do it? You should be able to do it too, because you don't know how a person feels. A person cannot tell you how you feel. You know how you feel. No one else does. So I think that whatever the situation is, I believe that the nurse let it get to her, and then she began to take things personally. And then she began to kind of attack the patient. Now, the patient could be just as well as an antagonist as the nurse. Who knows? But good thing she's recording it, but nevertheless, I'm still a patient. I'm under your care. You're a doctor. You're held in a high esteem. Like, your job deals with life or death, and I'm under you. So just because you say I shouldn't be feeling a certain way, don't mean that I'm not feeling a certain way. You know, so I don't think that this nurse should have even still been dealing with this girl if they had an altercation. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have even been going to that doctor anymore. I'd have left that doctor. Because you don't know how connected this nurse is in the medical field. And you know, some people, all people are not good people. There's some people who's out here that's evil. So I wouldn't have continued to go back to that doctor. I would have tried to do something else. Because even me and my wife, we had an experience with a hospital in our area. We left that hospital. We went to the other hospital and we did our business there. Because, hey, I'm not getting treated right. And even then, we still had some issues at the new hospital. And this is one thing too. And you can call this racist. You can call it whatever you want to. But I know for a fact that black women have a hard time in the doctor's offices. Yeah. Now go back and do your history on it if you want to. But I know that when I was in that doctor's office, right? When me and my wife was in there, she was having our child. If it wasn't for us having a friend who was an actual nurse practitioner, we probably would have had a total different experience. Because when the nurses came into the room, they were doing certain things that should have been done a little bit better because my friend was a nurse practitioner. She was like, oh no. She didn't let the nurses know what she was, but she was asking all kind of questions that made them say, oh, yeah, I better do this now. So you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we don't know as patients, we don't know what they're telling us. We can only go by what they say. And like, we put the most trust in doctors and nurses because what can we do? We can't do nothing. So I've learned to ask questions when I'm in them hospitals. And I learned to be as aggravating as possible because, you know, sometimes them people will leave you in that room with no help. You could be in pain and they'll be like, oh, we're getting to it. No, I'm finna keep ringing that buzzer. Y'all gonna get here. But I just said all of that to say this lady shouldn't have been going back to this doctor's office. She should have found somewhere else to go, especially if the lady has already called the police on you. She even said it. She was like, I'm going to call the police on you again. So what's going on here? What's happening here? If the doctor is going to approve your letter, why does the nurse have something to say about it? Obviously, there's some stuff going on in that doctor's office too. That's a place you probably shouldn't go be getting treatment at. You should find somewhere else to go. Or are you the antagonist? I don't know. But from what I get out of this video, the nurse was unprofessional. First of all, just because you feel a certain way or you did a certain thing, don't mean that the next person can do it. That's your body. That's your drive. That's how you operate. That don't mean that this person could do it. And second of all, you put your hands on somebody. Well, not her hands, but you had an instrument that you pushed on someone. Yeah, that's a charge. I'd have pressed charge. I'd have sued them. I'd have sued that office. I sure would. Because you ain't got no right putting your hands on me in that manner. But who knows what the true story is? Who knows what's really going on? I myself have experienced bad nurses and bad doctors, but never to this point. But I just feel like people need to be more considerate of where we are and the times that we're living in, because people don't care these days. Everybody's at their wits' end, it seems like. But if it wasn't for this video evidence, who knows what kind of treatment people get at this clinic? Who knows how many people have been affected by the treatment of these nurses? Who knows? We don't know. All we could do is go about what we see. That's all I got on it. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section. Until the next time. Peace.